Hello everyone, welcome to channel Qtomation. In today's video, we will see about numbers in Python. So first we will see what are the different types of numbers. So in Python, there are mainly two types, that is integer or whole number that includes positive or negative numbers without decimals of unlimited length. And there are another type that is known as float. So float or floating point number is a number that is positive or it might be a negative containing one or more decimals. For example, if you see 1.10, 1.0, minus 35.59, that these are all decimal numbers that might be positive or negative. So they are decimal numbers, those are known as floats in Python. Similarly, there are integers. So integers are whole number. It can be a positive number or negative number without decimals of unlimited length. So now let's go to PyCharm. So I'm going to create one new file. So let's create a new Python file. Let's name it as numbers demo.python file. So we have created one Python file here. So in Python, let's say I'm going to define one variable x equals to 10. Let's say y equals to 200, and this is basically a larger number. And let's define one more variable z equals to minus of 440. So we have defined three variables here. So all these are numbers, right? So it can be a positive number or it can be a negative number. And this is basically our integer type of numbers. They are not decimal numbers. So they are basically all integer numbers. And if we want to check what is the type of that specific number, we can simply use, let's say, print. When I'm going to use print type of, let's say, x. So let's run this file. So when we run this file, so it will return there is some error. Yeah, so this is the indentation error, right? So we have put some extra space here. So now let's remove that extra spaces from this. So now let's again run this file. So when we run this file, it will return class integer because x is a whole integer number. So this is basically a integer type of variable or integer type of number. Similarly, if we print type of y, now let's run this file. So when we run this file, it will again return integer because it is again an integer value. Similarly, let's check for z. So z value is minus 440. So negative number without decimal is also again an integer type of variable. So let's run this file and it will return the value as integer. So we can use type method and we can simply pass the value here, and this value will return what type of that specific value is. So these are all the integer type of numbers or integer type of variables which we have defined here. Now there is one more type of numbers are there. So if we have already seen the integer, similarly there are floating numbers as well. So float number are decimal numbers. So that can be a positive decimal numbers or negative decimal numbers. So these are all floating type of numbers. So now again I'm going to PyCharm. Now let's define x as 10.50. Now let's define y as, let's say, 5.0, and let's define z as minus 440.77. Now all these three numbers, so let's say x, y and z. So all these three numbers are containing a decimal points. Now when I'm going to print, let's say print type of x. So when we print type of x, now let's run this file. It will return the value as float because this is x is float type of number. Now instead of take x, let's try to print the type of y. So when we run this file, so let's run this file. So let's run one more time. So when we run this file, it will return the value as float because y is again 5.0, that is float type of number. So integer and float, these are two main types of numbers in Python. Similarly, minus 440.77, this is also floating number. So again let's run this file. So when we execute this file, it is returning as value as float. So I am just going to change y to z here. So when we change y to z and we are printing the type of z, so type method returns the type of that specific variable. So it is float number, right? So that is about integer and float numbers. Now I'm again going to our PPTs. So we have seen the integer and float. These are two basically main number of types in Python. So integer are whole numbers with positive, that can be a positive number or negative number without any decimal. Similarly, floats are the numbers which are positive or they are also negative, but they contain some decimal values. Now we can also convert number type vice versa, right? So if you want to convert integer to float or float to integer, we can simply use typecasting or we can simply use conversion of these number types. So let's see practically how we can convert integer to float or float to integer. Now let's say I'm going to define one number. So I'm now going to define one number. Let's say a equals to 100. So we have already seen that a equals to 100 is a whole type, that is whole integer, right? So this is an integer type of variable. And now let's again try to print. So type of a. So I'm going to print, let's say print type of a. So when we run this file, so I'm just again running this file. So when we run this file, we get the output as integer because this a is of integer type. This is whole number. Now let's say I want to convert this integer to float type of variable. So how we can do that? So I'm going to define one more variable. Let's say b equals to, I'm simply using float method, float, and in this I'm going to pass a variable. So it will convert a, that is integer format, into a float format. And now I'm going to simply print type of b, and I am storing that float of a variable value into b. And now when I print the value of type of b, so let's execute this program. So when we execute this program, it is returning as float, right? So here print type of a is integer, whereas print type of b, that is returning as float, right? So we have converted that integer into a float type of variable. And if we simply try to print, let's print value of b, let's see what happens. So when we print the value of e, that is again converted into float, that is 100.0. So it returns 100.0. So we have converted that specific integer into float type of variable. So this is also known as typecasting. Now let's try to convert float variable into a decimal type of variable. So let's say I'm going to define one variable x equals to, let's say 20.6. And when I try to print, now let's check the print type of, let's check the print type of x. So this is basically a float type of variable. So when we again run this file, it is returning as float type because x is a variable of float type. Now I want to convert this x into an integer type of variable. So how we can do that? So what I will do, I will simply define one more variable. Let's say y equals to integer method of, and I am going to pass x here. After that, let's try to print value of x, sorry, not x, value of y, and again let's print type of y as well. So print type of y. So this print y and we are printing the type of y. So let's run this file. So first one is print type of x. So in this statement, this is a float variable. So that's why it is returning as float. Whereas when we converted y and we have stored integer of x, right? So we have converted x, that is a float variable, into an integer, right? So we have converted that into an integer and we have stored it, that value, into y variable. So when we are printing y variable, it is returning value as 20, right? So 20.6 gets converted into 20, that is the whole integer. And when we try to print type of y, so that is the integer type of variable, right? So this is how we can simply convert integer to float and float to integer via typecasting. We have used integer method and float method to convert integer into float variable and float into integer variable. So that is also known as typecasting. So we have simply seen how to convert integer into float and float into integer. Now next is there are some inbuilt function in Python which can be used on numbers. For example, if we want to find out the maximum of given arguments or maximum of value of given number, then we can simply use max function, and min function returns the smallest of the number values, right? So if you want to find out what is the smallest value in arguments passed in minimum method, so that can be used via minimum method. Now let's see max and min function practically. For example, I want to find out, now first we will see the max function. Now let's see print max of, so I'm going to use max of, I'm going to pass some values here. So let's say 2, 44, 66, 123, 556, 1000. Now what is the maximum value here? So 1000 is the maximum value of argument which you have passed for the max function. So this function will return the maximum value which is present in the following numbers. So when we run this file, so it is simply returning 1000, right? So that is how the max function works. It simply returns the maximum number which is present in the arguments or parameters of that specific function. Similarly, if you want to find out the minimum value, so we can simply use print minimum function here. So I am using print min function, and in this I am going to pass some values. Let's say 44, 55, 66, 123, 5, 5, 6, 7. If you see what is the minimum value here, so 5 is the minimum value. So it should return the 5 in that min function, right? So when we execute this file, in the first function it is returning the maximum value, that is 1000. Whereas in the second statement we have used min function that returns the minimum value, that is 5 here, right? So that's how we can use simply max or min functions on numbers to find out the maximum or minimum value present in a specific value of numbers. Now I'm again going back. So we have seen max and minimum function. Now there are some random modules. So in Python we have random module. So if in any requirement, if you want to print or if you want to find out some random values present in 0 or 1, we can simply use random method, that is inbuilt method in Python. So Python has one built-in module that is known as random module. So let's see practically. So I am going to use, first I will simply import. So we have to import random module in Python. So once we imported the random module, I'm going to use random method. So I'm simply going to print random dot random method. So what this method will do? So this method simply returns, or it will simply print any random value. It will return any random value between 0 to 1. So let's run this file and let's see what is the output. So when we run this file, it is returning any random value between 0 to 1. So in the first execution, it is returning 0.58, right? So it is an entire value between 0 to 1. Again, when I run this file, it will again return some any random value between 0 to 1. So let's run one more time. It is again returning some random value. So this is function which returns any random value between 0 to 1 in Python. So random method returns any value from 0 to 1. There is one more method in random module. Let's say I'm going to use one more method. So we have seen random method that returns any value between 0 to 1. Similarly, there is rand integer method. So this method will return any random value between the range which we have provided. For example, if we provide the range of 3 to 9, so it will return any random value between 3 to 9. So it can return 4, it can return 5, it can return 7, it can return 3, it can return 9. Both are included. So now let's see practically. So again we have imported the random module in Python, and I'm going to use, let's say, print random dot rand int method, and we have to provide two parameters here, that is the range. So first one, let's say I'm providing 5 comma, let's say I provide 10. So what this method will do, it will return any value, any random value between 5 and 10 which includes 5 or 10. right? So it includes 5 and 10. So let's run this file. So in the first execution, it is returning value as 5. Now let's again run this file. It will return 5. Now again run this file. It will return 6. Again run this file. It will return 7. Again run this file. It will return 6. So it will return any random value between 5 to 10, including 5 and 10. So this function or this method will return random integer value between, it will return any random values between 5 and 10, which includes 5 and 10. Now let's say I include here 1, and let's say instead of 10 I am including 100. So now this function will return any random value between 1 and 100. So it will return any random integer value between 1 and 100. So it will not return the decimal values. It will only return the integer values. So it can return 2, it can return 66, it can return 75, it can return 42, or if I run again, it will return some another value, that is 86, right? So it will return any random integer value between 1 and 100, including 1 and 100. So we have seen some of the functions which are inbuilt in Python for numbers. So we have seen maximum, minimum, we have seen random module in Python, right? So that's all about the numbers in Python. We have also seen the type conversions. Integer and float are the most basic data type in numbers for Python. So we have seen integers are nothing but whole number that are positive or that can be a negative without any decimal values. Floating number can be a positive or negative with decimal values. Similarly, we have seen that how to convert integer into float, or we can convert float into integer by using integer or float method. We have also seen maximum and minimum function, right? So max function returns the largest of its arguments. So if we print maximum of these numbers, it will return 70. That is the maximum of these values. Similarly, minimum function will return the minimum value present in the arguments. We have also seen the random module which can be used. So if you use the random method, it will return any random value between 0 to 1. And we have also seen rand integer method that will return any integer value between the range which we provide. So if example, if we provide 3 and 9, then this method will return any random integer value between 3 and 9, which includes 3 and 9 as well, right? So that's all about the numbers in Python. In the coming session, we will see the strings in Python and some of the methods of the string in the Python. So thank you for everyone. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.